losses come against a couple of the league's best. Unbeaten Chiefs, unbeaten Broncos. They lost by 3 to Denver and only by 1 point to Kansas City. Are the Cowboys leaders or followers in the NFC East?
I'm going to say leaders. You know what? They need to win back-to-back games. I think they'll do that this week.
There's Philly.
I'm one of those guys that says I'm a Romo believer. And even though Ware might be injured and out, I think their defense, they're deep in talent. Talk to the coach, Jimmy Johnson. He'll tell you they are loaded with talent. Mm-hmm. They're just underachievers. But I believe they go into Philadelphia, they put on a great show, and they take the lead in that division. I think they rock and roll the rest of the year.
I don't think there's any question that they're the leaders. This division is so weak. There's, Philly played well last week against Tampa.
Well, you like Nick Foles.
I do like Nick Foles.
You thought they were better with Foles.
But I like Dallas better. I mean, they're the second highest scoring team in football behind Denver. So there's nothing that tells me that Philly's defense, which has been bad all year, is going to stop them this weekend. Washington has been terrible on defense all year, and they can't get anything going on offense. I don't see any other team in this division challenging them, actually, as the season goes on.
And everybody says, you all say it, that Dallas has some of the best talent in the NFL. So if they have the best talent in the NFL in that division, I think you have to look at them as a leader. I think that's pretty obvious at this point.
I'm going to agree with all of you guys.
A lot depends on Murray.
Leaders.
Right? I mean, DeMarco Murray, a lot depends on his health.
He's always hurt.
I know.
Yeah.
I
don't think it matters, actually.
I don't know.
To be honest with you, no.
I think
the quarterback is good enough. He's got the talent.
He's already missed more games because of injury right now in his young career than Emmett did in his entire career.
That's
we all know when you have a star, that star's got to show up every week, not just every four games. Mm-hmm. Every week, you win today, you upset someone playing big, you got to come back and win. And now Dallas, I'm saying you got to win. Now, obviously, they'll go into Philadelphia this week and they'll get beat. And Foles will have a career day. It's just the way it's supposed to be.
What about their defense? Can their defense step up if their stars aren't going to be consistent on the offensive side? Do you think their defense can start stepping up?
Yeah, I think
they played good last week with most of their big guns out. I mean, DeMarcus was out. They played well last week. They made some plays when they had to. 3rd and 4th down, they got off the field. I like what they're doing. It's a new scheme. We all know I like the scheme, but they're playing better every week.
Yeah, they're transitioning, going from a 3-4 to a 4-3, and Monty's 3-4 too. It's your middle linebacker, and Sean Lee is the best player on the team. He has to be the best player on that team. They're still looking for some components. They still need a weak side linebacker and a nickel corner that can play that defense well. But I think they'll eventually evolve. Rod Marinelli, these guys.
Get them going.
They get them going.
They may have their nickel corner. Claiborne may be their nickel corner. You know what? Yeah. Since the ball is moving out the corner. And don't forget their linebackers last year. Now this year, they're defensive ends.
Yeah, right.
And they're both being banged up more because they're at end other than linebackers. So
that's a great point. NFC West, the 49ers.